So I, 31M, found out my now ex-wife, 27F, had been cheating on me last year when she was 6 months pregnant. The affairs happened before and during the pregnancy. She had reasons and excuses and didn't want to get a divorce. She wanted to stay together and do couples therapy. I told her to go ahead and get therapy, but cheating was a deal breaker for me, so we got divorced. The house was mine before we got married, so she moved back in with her parents, who had enough room to set up a nursery and give my ex the guest room. We agreed to an even split of custody. My wife has our daughter from Sunday to Wednesday. The original plan was for her to drop her off at daycare on Wednesday morning and for my nanny to pick her up around noon and bring her back to my house. My daughter would stay with me until Saturday night or Sunday morning, depending on what worked best for everyone. Then my ex said she thought the daycare was misplacing some things she was sending in for her to bring to my house because our daughter came home short of bottles or without her binky a few times. So, my ex said she wanted to drop our daughter off at our house directly to ensure everything got to me. So she started picking her up from daycare on her breaks and dropping her off here. I work from home on Wednesdays and Fridays. When my ex dropped off Nadine, our daughter, at my house, it was normally about 12:30. Nadine's nanny, a nice old lady from Barbados, answered the door for my ex and took my daughter and her things since I was in my office working. My ex said she wanted to speak to me directly. She said she felt like she was unloading a lot on the nanny and didn't want her to forget to tell me anything. I would be lying if I said I didn't have some resentment and anger towards my ex. I don't want my daughter to see that, though, so when I talk to my ex, I try to be as emotionally even as possible. Just talk about the things that pertain to my daughter and no more. Nadine had a dirty diaper at today's drop-off, so her nanny took her upstairs to change her. My ex asked me how I was doing, and I told her I was fine and then began to walk back to my office. As I was walking away, she said, "You know, I'm getting really sick of your crap." I didn't even get a chance to ask her what she was talking about when she just started freaking out, saying I was emotionally manipulating her by being cold and distant, that she shouldn't be punished forever for her mistakes and how me hating her is the same as me hating my daughter. I let her finish yelling and then told her to leave. My best bet is never to contact her again and not see her for drop-offs anymore. Also, I got a paternity test once I found out she cheated. My daughter is mine. Update 1. The thing I need to keep reminding myself is that in 5 or 10 years, the negative and betrayed feelings I have for my ex-wife will most likely fade, but a hostile relationship between the two of us will impact our daughter forever. Because of this, I sat down with my ex-wife and had a recorded conversation about our situation. I was very open and honest with her. I told her that I still had negative feelings towards her as my ex-wife, but as the mother of my child, I would always treat her civilly and respectfully, but we had to have boundaries. I told her that we were going back to the original plan, where she dropped her off at the daycare on Wednesday mornings, and my nanny picked her up in the afternoon. We're going to communicate through the Talking Parents website which items should be sent home with her so the nanny can double-check to make sure she has everything. My ex-wife isn't happy. I think she was coming to my house hoping for reconciliation, but I told her respectfully that it would not happen. I would love to evolve our relationship as awesome parents to an amazing little girl and, maybe one day, friends.